This afternoon from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the 41st WIAA Girls Soccer State Tournament continues. Division II championship matchup features the defending Division II state champion Whitefish Bay Blue Dudes from the North Shore Conference against the Badger Large Conference's Oregon Panthers. Alongside Eric Shazer, my name is Matt Middle. Take a look at how these two teams got the championship Saturday. Yesterday in semifinal play, the Whitefish Bay Blue Dudes knocked off fellow conference foe, the Cedarburg Bulldogs, by a 1-0 final. Oregon, the number 1 seed in Division II, knocking off River Falls, also by a 1-0 score. These two are about to meet for the 4th time since 2019 with a state championship on the line. It's the Whitefish Bay Blue Dudes and the Oregon Panthers. And now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Okay, the WIAA, the participants
back in Milwaukee to get set for a Division II state championship match between Whitefish Bay and Oregon. A look at the starting lineup brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Oregon Panthers have seen 18 different goal scorers faced by the play of Kylie Steele. Also a strong year put together once again by Caitlin Studebaker for head coach Bobby Nichols. And for Whitefish Bay, they've been led by the play of Madonna Health, but also Elise Langweber coming through with the lone goal in the semifinal victory against the Cedarburg Bulldogs yesterday. As the starting 11 for head coach Robbie Dubinsky. Look at Coach Dubinsky. He is back at the Whitefish Bay helm for a 9th year. Blue Dudes are at state for a WIAA membership leading 24th time, and back in the championship game for a 6th consecutive year, 16th time overall, looking for their 11th state title, which will move them into a tie for first with Catholic Memorial. And a reminder that this portion of the 2024 WIAA Girls Division II Championship is brought to you by Menards. Whitefish Bay in the all-white, Oregon in the black and orange. Studebaker on the pass. That was sent behind Addison Worth, a future Milwaukee Panther. Worth for the end line. Look now at the Menards key to the game, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
I think our first thing, Matt, for the Oregon Panthers is maintain their defensive excellence. Interesting looking at stats for both teams. You wonder where the goals are going to come from. Oregon's got to make sure they stay strong in the back. For the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, they're young. They've got a season of experience, and now's their opportunity.
A corner kick from Kylie Steele off the head of Ava Buttsick, cleared by the Blue Dukes. And across for Whitefish Bay with Izzy Gonzalez. Going here for the Panthers, Maddie Moorhoff. We mentioned it, during the top. These are two teams that know one another. They've played already this season. They met at Whitefish Bay. They played on the 18th of May. That was a 1-0 win for Oregon. But they've also met, it's been the 4th time for a state championship since 2019. If you go back to 2015, 6 times now they've met at state. Twice in the semis, and now 4 times on championship Saturday.
This is like deja vu. I think we've seen this before. This rerun a number of times, and we've talked about it previously, how impressive it is that these teams keep making it back with all the variables from, players graduating. You've got new players on your squad, from injuries to team chemistry, leadership, you name it, just the bounce of the ball, luck.
Here's Studebaker from Steele. Studebaker goes wide.
Great opportunity early for the Oregon Panthers. All of a sudden, Studebaker finds the ball at her feet at the 18. Wishes she would have that one back.
These teams met back in 2015, a semifinal won by Oregon, 1-0. They met in a semifinal in 2017, won by Whitefish Bay. In 2019, they met in a championship matchup. It was a 1-1 draw, but Oregon prevailed in a shootout 4-1. Panthers also winning a championship in 2022 by a 1-0 score. And then last year, Whitefish Bay bringing home the Division II championship with a 2-1 result.
Matt, if my math is right, that means Oregon's prevailed 3 out of the 5 times they've met at either the semis or the championship games. So it seems like it's Whitefish Bay's turn. They want to get those tallies equal.
Yet for stand-keeping purposes, 2-2-1. So it's dead even.
You are correct, but
we don't split that golden ball in half.
The gold ball, man.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm counting. You are correct.
So for Whitefish Bay, Nora Wilson will put it back into play. The first team all-conference performer in the North Shore Conference. Whitefish Bay finishing number 3 in the final D2 state rankings, but co-conference champs in the North Shore Conference with the Cedarburg Bulldogs. And the Blue Jays have won at least a share of the past 7 conference titles.
Again, impressive. Graduating so many seniors off last year's team, and here they are right back conference-wise and state playoffs-wise, right where they've been so many times over the years.
Worth against Maya Schmidt. Off Schmidt. Another corner here for Oregon. Maya Schmidt, a freshman defender among 6 freshmen. And Whitefish Bay starts 4 to 5 freshmen, so there's been that learning curve this season, but the team still has compiled a 17-5-5 record.
If you're Whitefish Bay, you got to make sure, seeing as how they lost that regular season game, you got to make sure they keep a clean sheet here early in this game.
Nadia Dupart with that corner, tracked down by Delaney Holker. And Holker fires. Going to test Auden Kruger, the starting goalkeeper for Whitefish Bay.
Nice shot by Delaney Holker. Beat a couple of defenders, set herself up, cuts it back, gives herself a nice look. Trying to go near post on Auden Krieger. Doesn't quite get it where she wants it. But like I said, Blue Dukes got to be careful. They got to make sure they weather this early storm from Oregon if they're going to stay in this game.
Kruger coming off a 4-save shutout, the 14th shutout for Whitefish Bay, their 4th year in the postseason. And outside with Elise Lineweber. Pesky presence for Whitefish Bay, and on the outside with Worth. Just as pesky for Oregon. Worth sent away. Now at the feet here of Madonna Health, an only freshman, but has been the top scorer for the Blue Dukes. First team all-conference selection, huge part of the attack. Her sister Tessie, a senior captain this year, and another older sister, all-state center back, graduated last season. Lineweber to take it away. This by Nadia Dupart, who will send it right back toward midfield. Kept in by the Blue Dukes. And left back here by Schmidt.
Right now the Panthers have a lot of defenders back. They've got 7 back behind the ball. It's only 3 or 4 attackers up top. Interesting to see how Whitefish Bay attacks this. Especially with so many defenders back, you want to work quick combinations.
Lineweber testing Reese McCabe, the starting goalkeeper. 5'7" sophomore with that state tournament experience. Last year gave up a couple of goals to Whitefish Bay, 7 saves. That championship game determined by an own goal in the 65th minute after Oregon took the initial 1-0 lead. Shots were 13-11 in favor of Whitefish Bay. A look there for Kylie Steele.
So far we've seen a lot of shots from distance. Both teams are going to want to work a few more combinations, see if they can't get some opportunities up closer, really make those goalies work.
Off the Izzy Gonzalez on the outside with Grayson Dunsern. Whitefish Bay with possession. The officials sporting the maroon with the white collar look. They will go with Cletus Gerhardt out of Wisconsin, along with Dario Abella and Patrick Creasy, the 2 ARs. Like that look.
I think it's fuchsia, Matt, actually. I think we've had
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Yeah, I think we've had WIAA polos that color at some point in the past here. It's a good look. The white collar is a classic, a throwback, retro, probably to your high school days.
The maroon?
You had no, the white collar on the colored shirt. You probably had a few of those. Button-ups in your closet.
Still do.
Still do. It's still a good look.
Taken away from health. Studebaker, who is UW lacrosse bound. Studebaker off the backside of line Weber.
Nice job by Studebaker to hang on to that ball. Tough defense by Whitefish Bay. You can tell they're trying to make sure that the Oregon attackers keep their backs to the goal, not letting Studebaker turn and attack the defense, making her play it back or take the ball backwards. If you're Whitefish Bay, that's got to be your plan defensively.
This free kick for Summer Steele, a future Parkside Ranger. Into the 18, headed back out. And now Kylie Steele off the left cleat. As the Panthers make the substitution, they will sub in Maya Maloney, who scored the lone Oregon goal in their semifinal victory against River Falls yesterday, scoring off an assist from Reese Richardson in the 18th minute. Shots were at 10-3.
Join the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's Buckle Up, Bone Down campaign.
And in favor of the Panthers, we should say 1-3-0. I said 1-0 a couple of times. That was a 3-0 result. But she got the scoring started. Help if I was looking at the right box score. We got papers galore. There have been a lot of trees that have been sacrificed for this state tournament coverage.
You're going to recycle it though, Matt, so it'll come back as paper. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. I didn't want to correct you since you're the professional, so I just figured I figured I had it wrong. So,
but you did score the first, and then there were two goals that came in the second half in the last 5 minutes. It was Studebaker and Richardson. Feel better now.
And you are on game, what is this, 35 of the state soccer tournament? So I think we'll give you a little grace.
A lot of scoring.
There has been a lot of scoring. It's been fun to watch. And even this game has been up and...
Shot was blocked for Delaney Holker.
It's been up and down, north and south so far. Nobody's really looked to possess it a whole lot or use the width of the field. That'll come. Right now they're seeing if they can play it through and get a quick strike.
Well, shots in that matchup yesterday against River Falls, I was here, was 22-5. Was 10-3 at the break. After those, see Reese McCabe come through with a total of 3 saves. Kept in there by Tegan Schenecker. Attacking third and off that turn now with Lulu Yarbrough, who was a second-team all-conference selection in 2023.
You talk about all those goals, Matt. That means there's a lot of saves, a lot of shots on goal, a lot of assists. It is hard to keep track of all that stuff. There's so much, and that's why it's been such an exciting tournament.
Studebaker. And the corner kick here for Oregon. This corner kick coming here in the 12th minute. Set up. Dupart, the senior who, look at her numbers this season with 3 goals and a couple of assists coming in. Scoring down a little bit for the Panthers, but nonetheless the success has still been there. 132 goals last year, 86 so far this year. They've been shut out just once. They've only allowed a total of 5 goals. They have recorded 15 shutouts, 8 of the last 9 have been shutouts. Studebaker on that receiving end and a goal kick for the Blue Dukes.
That's what scares me a little bit if you're a Whitefish Bay fan, is that defense of the Oregon Panthers. So far, so good for Whitefish Bay. Oregon's threatened a little bit, but nothing has been super serious. But if you're Whitefish Bay, you got to wonder where the goal's going to come from, especially against that Panther defense that has been so stout all year.
That was a big concern for Coach Robbie Dubinsky coming into the state tournament. He says we struggle at times to generate consistent offense, but have gotten hot at the right time. We're talking about trying to find offense, but with that youth, very young. It's been that learning curve. I'm not sure. Many thought Whitefish Bay would be back in the spot after graduating 9 seniors, but to a credit to Coach Dubinsky, his players, they have bought in and they have turned it on with wins against West Dallas Central, Waukesha West, Wauwatosa West, and Pewaukee to qualify for state. Maloney, and back out it comes. Izzy Gonzalez. Over came Scheneker.
If you're Coach Dubinsky, you got to be pretty happy so far. We're 13 and a half minutes in, and the Blue Dukes have weathered the storm. Oregon's had the run of play so far, but the Blue Dukes are starting to assert themselves a little bit, and got to be happy you haven't allowed Oregon with the few chances they've had to get on the board yet.
Abby Anzia subbing in for Coach Dubinsky's team, and Coach Dubinsky and his staff, he's pretty much had the same coaching staff from the get-go. They have been to the sectional finals 9 consecutive years. Out of those 9, they have qualified for state 7 times. His coaching staff, 3 gold championship trophies, a couple of runner-up finishes as well.
And I think that's, we talked about them having some youth after graduating so many seniors, that's just the expectation. That this is who we are, and we're gonna practice, and we're gonna play hard, and we're gonna achieve these goals. And obviously, you see the results on the field.
Studebaker off the head there with Nora Wilsing. Another corner here for the Panthers. They finished yesterday with a total of 10. 6 of those corner kicks came in the opening 40.
Well, I think this is number 3 or 4. If you're Whitefish Bay, they're playing a little bit with fire here. They got to be careful.
Number 4 for the Panthers, and a setup here for Delaney Holker. So a different look on this corner. Holker, who is Temple bound. Out it goes right there. Again, Maloney off a Blue Duke. Another corner for the Panthers.
I think that hit a Blue Duke. It might have even hit the outside of the post there. That was a little too close for comfort.
Holker, who picked up an assist last year in a state semifinal. The high ball. Right there in front was Tegan Scheneker. Gonzalez off Delaney Holker. Goal kick to be awarded here to Whitefish Bay.
That corner kick hung up in the air a little bit. The only problem with that is when you hang it up there like that, you give the defense a chance to settle under it and go up and challenge it. If you drive it head high, so this one's hanging up a little high. Get a couple defenders who are able to camp under it and then go up for the challenge. If you drive it head high, everything happens so fast. Your goalie doesn't have a chance to react. Your defenders don't have a chance to react. Gives you a better chance as an offensive player to get a head or a body part on that ball and propel it towards goal.
Angling back toward the ball is Reese Richardson. Panthers back at state for the 9th time. In fact, 9 consecutive state appearances. All since 2015. They have gone 10-5. 3 titles. They have been runner-up 3 times. They advanced to the championship in 7 of 9 appearances. Winning titles in 2015, 2019, 2022. And they've been runner-up in 2016, 18, and 23.
Again, Matt, that is just amazing to me. That kind of longevity of success.
Our fine Studebaker. That was disrupted. Gonzalez.
I think Whitefish Bay got a little lucky there. Oregon a little sloppy with it down in that end. They got it to the end line and then a bad diagonal back pass. It was the right idea. They had attackers coming.
Studebaker. Kruger there for Whitefish Bay. For the Panthers, 2 of their state championships coming against Whitefish Bay. 2 of their runner-up finishes coming against teams from the North Shore Conference. They settled for a shootout loss to Homestead in 2016. And then lost to Whitefish Bay last June. Blue Dukes with Anzia. Bumped off the ball. And a Whitefish Bay foul.
I think if you're the Blue Dukes, you want to make sure you try and possess the ball. You don't want to turn it over. Oregon's had a lot of the ball so far. Want to make sure you possess it. You're moving off the ball. Make short, easy passes. Help settle the nerves a little bit. Take a little bit of that momentum away from the Oregon Panthers.
Kylie Steele. Brought in by Kruger. Came into the tournament with a 0.62 goals against average. 86 save percentage. Backed up. Riley Franklin went to Baylor. Last year learned a lot during that time. And what a job. Kruger in her first year as a starter. Huge impact defensively. One of the better shot stoppers in the state, according to head coach Robbie Dubinsky. But then again, you look at the strengths of this team. Defense is the area he went to. Tough schedule, not allowing a ton of goals, losing 3 starters on that back line, and then filled those voids with 3 freshmen who had some early challenges, but playing very well lately. Keeping this team in a lot of games against high-quality competition.
Well, the Blue Duke defense has shown it so far in the first half of this game. They haven't really given Oregon any good looks. They've had some shots, but they've been from distance.
Buttsick. Reese Richardson. This is where she can be dangerous with that cross near the end line. Going here for Oregon. And a change coming up for the Panthers. Worth is back in. Maloney will sub out. Addison Worth. 1 goal in the 2022 state semifinals, and a goal and a couple of assists in last year's semifinal. Back-to-back years knocking off the Cedarburg Bulldogs in state semifinal play. This year, a different look. And facing River Falls, who was here at state for the first time since 2018. And Whitefish Bay will bring on Soraya Keltner. A reminder that this portion of the 2024 WIAA Girls Division II Championship is brought to you by Wisconsin Department of Transportation. Blue Dukes here with Anzia, marked up on by Catherine Pankratz, who is back her senior season. Swung right back for the attacking third for Oregon. Worth for the Blue Dukes, Maya Schmidt.
The ball bounced a little high for Worth. If that had been a little lower, she was going to be able to get it past the defender and be right in on the goal. Again, if you're Whitefish Bay, you want to make sure you possess that ball. They've given it away too easily, and then Oregon is back on the attack again.
And again for the Panthers, off the left cleat with Kylie Steele.
There's another one. Whitefish Bay won it and turned it over right away.
Jacqueline Stevens. And Stevens leaves it off. Gonna get back up. He had health. A Panthers foul. You've seen it right now too, and you watch this foul one more time. But I mentioned the officials supporting the maroon, but Cletus Gerhardt, he's a solid official. He's a veteran, taking control early on.
He waited to see if anything was going to come of it, any advantage, and then he brought the ball back. But yeah, Cletus always does a really nice job.
It's from Sobieski?
Yeah, it's up by.
Been there?
It's up by Seymour.
Home of the Thunder.
Yes.
And sent away here by Reese Richardson. Off the slip, Studebaker on the run. Caitlin Studebaker. They were shot off and angle cut off. Stepping up for the Blue Dukes, Nora Wilsey. Here in the 23rd minute. After Whitefish Bay putting some pressure on, Reese McCabe on the counter for Studebaker. Had to rush that shot too with Wilsing oncoming.
Nice shot by the defender, coming hard. Wilsing. I'd like to ask Caitlin Studebaker. You can see she's got the cast on her left arm there, left hand. how that affects her, if it's affected her balance and all like that, because it looked just a little bit. It's got to be hard. She wanted to pull that ball to the left side of the goal, to that far post, just wasn't able to get her balance and get around it. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it.
Back on the attacking end for Whitefish Bay. Goes outside with Jacqueline Stevens. Been a second-team all-conference selection back-to-back years in the North Shore Conference. Across. Run it down is Anzia. Against Lineweber. Again. Against Buttsick. And brought in here by Reese McCabe.
Nice job by the Blue Dukes. They've started to settle into this game a little bit. You can tell they're starting to feel more at home, more comfortable. Done some possessing, actually put some pressure. Reese McCabe has had to come out and handle a few balls.
McCabe, a two-time first-team all-conference selection. Oregon now part of the Badger Large. They used to be part of the Badger West. But in the case of Reese McCabe, replacing part of last season, Peyton Lang, who went on to start her college career with Green Bay and played for former Oregon head coach Julie Grustner, a Green Bay alum. And still taking over that Phoenix program, and a number of future Green Bay Phoenix on display among 16 teams qualified for state as they try to up their status and reach the horizon.
It bodes well for the Green Bay Phoenix. A lot of good players that we've seen here this tournament weekend.
Sent out by Itzy Smith. Addison Worth. It's also a big weekend for Oregon in the sense that this is it for Bobby Nichols. He is moving to Kansas City. And so his family is already there. He will meet them once this season comes to a close. But he knows for sure, regardless of what happens here today, this is it as far as coaching this program.
Do they know what the plans are moving forward?
As far as
a soccer program, has Oregon figured out who's stepping up next?
Hasn't been made public. If they have. Watch this again in the 18 as Buttsick got knocked down, tripped up, battling there. And of course,
well, we don't have VAR, but it certainly looked, at least from our initial angle, I'd like to see that again, that she might have gotten stepped on right there in the box. That's a tough call.
Holker. Worth. I mentioned she will also be attempting to reach the horizon as a member of the Milwaukee Panthers in that Green Bay Milwaukee battle. You see Studebaker and then Buttsick and the trip up.
I don't know, that's close. She would have been unimpeded towards the goals, so that's a tough one, though. Didn't look like she got stepped on, but certainly the defender's foot came in and contacted hers.
Clara Cervini was there for the Blue Dukes as Dunsard comes back in. Outside with Jacqueline Stevens. Panthers take away. Oregon going back at that far touch line. Out of the back with Nora Wilsey. The Oregon throw, and according to the board, shots are at 9-1 in favor of Oregon.
Matt, I was just going to say, it seems like Oregon, they're going to get one here soon. They've been close. They just haven't gotten anything close enough in. They've taken a lot from farther out. They have had some opportunities and just not been able to complete those combinations near the goal.
A lot of dribbling, but a shot taken by Reese Richardson, trying to find the angle. 28th minute with no score.
Tough angle. Not a lot she could have done with that one. Especially with her momentum taking her towards the sideline. It's a tough shot from distance.
Off to Keltner. Keltner battling for possession. Will commit the foul. Running around Delaney Holker, who will set it up to be put back into play by the Panthers.
Now the Panthers got to be careful. They've sort of dominated the run of play and dominated the ball here. They got to make sure they don't get caught. You know, they have been on the attack so much, they got to make sure they don't get caught at the back and get surprised and let Whitefish Bay get one against the run of play here.
Cameron Lang on that outside. Now Delaney Holker. Options to her right, which will include Studebaker making her way downfield. Here is Studebaker. Here against Wilsing. On the service, that got redirected and then sent away by the Blue Dukes. Change is coming. Whitefish Bay subbing Emma Miller. Maloney is back in for the Panthers. Oregon coming in 17-1-1. They have won 5 straight unbeaten over their last 10. Lone loss coming against McFarland, a state qualifier. And McFarland falling 1-0 to Catholic Memorial in Division III semifinal play on Thursday. Lone tie coming against Wanakee, who was a Division I state qualifier, and fell against Kimberly in an upset in semifinal play yesterday. That was a 4-1 seeded matchup. The Papermakers with the 1-0 victory. Holker. Here's Maloney. Itzy Smith getting a start today after coming off the bench yesterday. Sends it out of play. A throw coming up for Oregon with Pink Rats leaving it over here for Addison Worth. Seeing Caitlin Studebaker so far. Came through with a big goal in the sectional final last week. Win against West Tosa Central 2-0. The Panthers beat Clinton Turner, Waterford, Sauk Prairie, and West Tosa Central in qualifying for state. Sauk Prairie, a team that has been here in the past. Reference number 10 in the final D2 state rankings, at least 3 straight state appearances for Sauk Prairie, but losing Oregon this year, the way the brackets played out, the sectionals played out in a sectional semifinal.
And both teams had some close games in those sectionals. And so that's one of those things we wondered before this game is where the goal is going to come from. Both defenses have been so solid all year. And that's sort of played out for us. Each team's had a few, Oregon especially, a few good looks, but haven't forced the goalies to make any big saves or anything like that.
Now Whitefish Bay with some good challenges the last couple of years in sectional final play against Pewaukee. Last year was a 3-2 win. This year was a 1-1 tie, but a 3-2 shootout victory. Leading by the Pewaukee Pirates, who finished number 6 in the final D2 state rankings. Back out for the Panthers is Kylie Steele. Back out goes Addison Worth. Reese Richardson. Goal kick here for the Blue Dukes. Going to be the 32nd minute. Matchup that we have seen a lot here at state. Currently seen for the 4th time since 2019 for a championship, and again the 6th time since 2015. That's the state history between the Blue Dukes and Panthers. Richardson. And cleared again by Maya Schmidt. Dunsard. On a play with Emma Miller back there for the Blue Dukes.
And here, if you're Whitefish Bay, again, that ball gets cleared. You want to try and corral it, possess it, drop it, instead of trying to make a move by yourself. They need to do some more possession. It's sort of gotten away from them. They didn't have much early. They had a little bit in the middle of this half. Started settling into the game.
Oregon foul. Trying to slow down Elise Lineweber. Going to go against Ava Butzik.
And then now Whitefish Bay has certainly gotten away from that again, and they're just looking to clear the ball and not possess it. And that's allowed Oregon to get on that front foot again and be on the attack more as we end this first half.
Lulu Yarborough out of midfield. Jumping at the ball, Maya Schmidt. Coming to the way, following that continuation. Restart for Kylie Steele, but having to back up. So she'll make her way back on the attacking end for Oregon. Summer Steele. In through the middle. Out in here by Reese Richardson. Knocked away by Itzy Smith. Dunsern. A press on the backside. Go on to play and hop off the fence and stay on the field of play.
Matt, I don't know if you noticed, I was going to comment on the height of the back line of the Blue Dukes, and then I'm looking, and everybody on their team is 5'11". It's amazing.
Yes, I did see that. That's got to be a typo.
I'm sure it is.
There are 26 players roster listed on the roster in the spots 3 through 26, all listed at 5'11". A tall team.
Coach Dubinsky just didn't want to ask everybody their heights. Everybody's 5'11". They are tall, though.
Delaney Holker will find the spacing, and that's going to result in another corner. And Delaney Holker is one of those players that love to yell, loves to get everybody where they need to be. And as Bobby Nichols says, she's extremely smart, probably knows the game better than him. See why she is one of the Panthers, one of the 4 sporting the captain's band. Kruger getting ready. The corner kick being taken by Kylie Steele.
For the Oregon Panthers, you need to get a goal here in this first half.
They get one here, but that's going to fly out of play. Now do you Dupart with that attempt?
They have dominated this first half, and this could be a win for Whitefish Bay if they can get into halftime 0-0. Coach Dubinsky, nice job by Nora Wilson, heading that ball out of danger.
Olivia Mueller on for Oregon. Kruger right back toward midfield. For the Blue Dukes with Health. And that sent ahead from Anzia. On the outside, Stevens crossing. Gonzalez. And brought in here by Reese McCain. So Izzy Gonzalez in front off the cross from Jacqueline Stevens.
If Stevens could have played that ball lower, head high to the far post, they might have been in business.
Lineweber. Izzy Gonzalez had some nice looks. One that went off the post yesterday.
It would be a great thing for Whitefish Bay if they could get a goal here.
Gonzalez. And considering prior to an 11-1 shot differential.
They haven't had a lot of opportunities, but they've hung in there. We got a tie game. If they can get in a halftime 0-0, I think Coach Dubinsky would take that and allow him to think about some tactical changes if he feels anything needs to be done differently.
Yarborough, Letta Gonzalez. 37th minute. And the Blue Dukes throw it. And with Itzy Smith, able to score a goal last year in the semis. 3 consecutive years. Whitefish Bay getting by Sauk Prairie to get the championship Saturday. Gonzalez leaves it. Back behind the ball once again as Anzio will serve it up. Pressure on the backside from Lulu Yarbrough, taken away by Health. Stevens plays it back out. Itzy Smith.
This is what Whitefish Bay needs to do. Spread that field, use the width, take a little air out of the ball, keep it down in the Oregon Panther end for a little while, give their defense a little bit of a break.
Changing now for both sides. As we see McKenna Ingalls in for Oregon. Here's Megan Gruber in for Whitefish Bay. Shot still at 11-1 in favor of the Panthers. As they pick this play here last minute or two. Say that Oregon right back toward their attacking end on the far side with Reese Richardson. Right back up the wing. Speed of Stevens. Taken back away. Again with Ingles. And open the field up a little bit. Richardson. At the side cleat for Itzy Smith. After the recover, going back out with it does Mueller. Olivia Mueller. Off the turn. That with Ingles. Back away again with Lulu Yarbrough.
Itzy Smith has done a nice job at left back for the Blue Dukes. Really been solid. Used her height. Used her good feet. And has kept the Oregon attackers from that right side at bay.
5'11". Fight up Itzy Smith.
Yeah. They're tall across that back line.
Here's a look at
Coach
Nichols, who when hired was the third head coach in 3 seasons for Oregon. And yet this Panthers program hasn't skipped a beat. He's been with this program. He was hired the year COVID hit. Unable to coach that year, but 5 in total, 18 years at Milton as well. Again, his family already moved to Kansas City. He's waiting to get there. And all is said and done after this one.
I'd say he's been pretty successful.
As a whole, his program has been successful. As we await this corner kick for Izzy Gonzalez. Corner kick number 1 for Coach Dubinsky's Blue Dukes. He also been real successful.
It's a big chance for the Blue Dukes right here.
Final 30 seconds of the first half.
18's wide open.
Snatched out of the air by McCabe. Anzia and Yarbrough flanking McCabe. Angles.
Nice job by Reese McCabe there, going up strong and coming down with that ball. That could have been dangerous. It was a great corner.
Has to do it for one half of play in this Division II championship matchup. We are scoreless with Whitefish Bay and Oregon. Whitefish Bay, the defending Division II state champs. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. It's round 4 since 2019 for a Golden Ball. Whitefish Bay and Oregon checking out the first half numbers. And Oregon with the advantage of 12-1 in shots, 4-1 in shots on goal.
And Matt, I think that's what we were wondering, where the goals were going to be coming from. So far, none. The Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes got to be pretty happy. They're in a 0-0 game at halftime.
Stay tuned. The second half is just around the corner. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Back in Milwaukee, the governor in the house, Tony Evers. His granddaughter, Tegan Seneker, played for the Oregon Panthers. Today he takes the governor hat off, at least for a little while, and taking the soccer action here at Eline Soccer Park, a scoreless battle between Whitefish Bay and Oregon. And a reminder that this portion of the 2024 WIAA Girls Division II Championship is brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance.
Well, he put his soccer hat on there for a while. Matt, for the first couple games, you were the most famous guy here. Now you're in second place behind Governor Evers.
I prefer 1B.
Whatever you want to call it, you're the boss.
Whitefish Bay on the attack, Ansia on the pass. Back outside again with Jacqueline Stevens.
Be interesting to see what Coach Dubinsky decided tactic-wise at halftime. Just keep playing the way they were playing, or if they're going to make some changes to see if they can try and get a little more offense, or if they're content to just hold on and do the nice defensive job they did. I mean, Oregon had 12 shots, but as we talked at halftime, Matt, not many were very dangerous. Only 4 saves for Auden Krieger. And nothing too difficult for her.
Addison Worth. So going to test Kruger. They will pass it off. So Schenecker getting, in that case, Studebaker getting dragged down and trying to play the ball. Whitefish Bay will come out with it. And for the Blue Dukes up the wing.
That's one of those where if we get a chance to see it again, you wonder, Studebaker put on the brakes, stopped the ball, and as she was trying to take it a different direction, she got dragged down there.
Lineweber almost doing the splits. Swung in by Wilsey. Clearance here for the Panthers. They're back at state for the 9th time overall, 9th consecutive appearance. Finishing number 1 in the final Division II state rankings, a program that a couple years ago was number 1 in the entire nation. Oregon Panthers. Last year only 1 loss. This year only 1 loss. No losses back in 2022 as you watch Addison Worth on this pass to Studebaker.
Man, I don't know if we have the best angle on the camera on that. It looked like there maybe was some contact on the leg. Drags Studebaker to the ground, but again, that's just such a bang-bang play, and the referee can only call what he sees in front of him. Maybe he didn't think it enough. He obviously didn't think it was enough that it caused her to go down. But either way, you got to keep playing. Whitefish Bay had one in the first half. Also,
Studebaker. Enough for clearance there for the Blue Dukes. Headed ahead. Health. Sent by the oncoming Delaney Holker. Go back to the way for Oregon.
I think Whitefish Bay is pretty lucky. Like I said, they had that one in the first half too, where they had an attacker from Oregon go down in the box, and it looked like there might have been some contact there. But so far, nothing.
Studebaker shooting, missing wide. Hoping for a tip and will get it. So a corner kick here for the Panthers.
Studebaker's been dangerous all game. She still had, again, these looks are from at the 18. That's still a tough shot. Not that she can't make it, but.
Coach Nichols calls her very strong-willed. We've seen that on display in this one.
Done a nice job. Like you said, she's got the cast on her left arm. That just affects you. It affects everything. Your balance, your shooting, your planting.
Knocked away by Kruger. Gonzalez. Off the turn here for Whitefish Bay. Looking downfield, leaves it. Lineweber. Battle there against Seneca. It's going to be a throw-in. Again for the Panthers.
Nice job by Schenecker. Just made a little contact from behind, causing Lineweber to not be able to play the ball with her feet. She ends up putting it out of bounds.
This season, Whitefish Bay with 5 losses. They fell to a team from Iowa. They lost at Cedarburg back on May the 9th, but for Whitefish Bay, that loss snapped what was a 55-game unbeaten streak in conference play. Their first conference loss since May of 2016 against Homestead. They went 52-0-3 in that stretch in North Shore Conference competition. Lost to Wanakee, lost to Oregon, lost to DSHA. All 5 losses by 1 goal each with 3 1-0 setbacks.
And that's why it's interesting that, you know, some people were wondering, you know, is Whitefish Bay going to get to this level again? But during the season, with the competition they've played, they have been very competitive. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that they're here again in the championship game.
Whistle against Addison Worth, battling with Maya Schmidt. Schmidt, one of the talked about freshmen during the top. We look at how the Blues went about replacing 3 stars in that back line.
Good shoulder-to-shoulder contact there by Maya Schmidt. And then Addison Worth comes in, the illegal tackle.
Studebaker here with Kylie Steele. Steele.
Like to see Steele keep switching that ball. She got it in the midfield, could have just switched it out to the wing and keep changing that that point of attack. Get Whitefish Bay spread out a little bit. Whitefish Bay's been defending basically the whole game. Got to take advantage of that and hopefully fatigue them, and that's when you're going to find those seams in the defense. But they got to keep using the whole width of the field. Make Whitefish Bay defend it.
Another Oregon corner. Up 8-1 now in that category. Studebaker. Picked up here again by Auden Kruger. We play on here in the 47th, soon to be 48th minute. No score. D2 state championship matchup. Still one more to go, and that's in Division I with Muskego looking for their third consecutive state championship, taking on a Kimberly Papermakers team that's in the championship game for the first time in 3 state tournament appearances.
Wondering if Coach Nichols is going to start to push some of his midfielders forward a little bit. Still really playing with five hanging back. And Whitefish Bay, at least up until this point, has not shown that, to be that much of a threat, that it might be worth taking that risk, moving one or two of those holding midfielders up a little bit.
Gonzalez out to Whitefish Bay. On the far side, Itzy Smith. Well, at the end of Health. They're looking to spread the field out. Stevens gonna break free. Stevens gonna rush the shot. We have Summer Steele in front for Oregon defensively.
That's been the story of this game. Long shots from around the 18. And nobody's been very accurate.
Megan Gruber back out for the Blue Dukes. Stevens. Lineweber. That's the result today. Throwing here for the Blue Dukes. Back here with Maya Schmidt. Good battle here for Division I, a 2 championship. A couple of teams that, again, have seen each other quite a bit, including earlier this season, and what was a 1-0 result at Whitefish Bay in favor of the Panthers on the 18th of May. Ahead, Addison Worth. Great speed. Addison Worth gets behind the ball, fires a shot, scores the goal. That comes here in the 50th minute.
Nice speed by Addison Worth. I didn't know if she was going to be able, her momentum was carrying her over to that sideline. Didn't know if she was going to be able to cut it back. That's where the opening was going to be. She ran by about 4 Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes going across the field. And there's that shot again from just inside the 18. Nice job by Addison Worth. Excellent finish.
Jumping for joy with her 10th goal on the year. She has now scored 3 goals of left. Going back even to 2022. 3 goals in 6 state tournament games.
Well, that was vitally important for Oregon. We're going to see if this opens the floodgates for them, or if Whitefish Bay is able to regroup. They've been in defensive mode most of the game. They're going to have to go on the attack at some point here.
Now Worth getting a breather after that goal being replaced by Reese Richardson. And a look for Kylie Steele. Panthers scoring at another. They've only been shut out 1 time all year. Look there at Addison Worth. Great moment for the junior, who has a freshman and a goal in the semifinal in 2022, as a sophomore to goal and a couple of assists in the semifinal. This is the first time she has scored in a championship game among the 3 times she has been to states.
And a vitally important one, too, to put her team up in a game that they've sort of controlled. And great individual effort, ran across about 4 or 5 Whitefish Bay defenders.
Health trying to respond. Just the 3rd shot for the Blue Dukes. They've allowed a total of 15.
Same sort of play. Health going away from the goal, ball on her left foot. isn't able to put it into that far side of the net.
Lineweber. Anzia come up this near side. Make that turn, you have Stevens. Instead, Reese Richardson. With that give and go.
Nice job by Reese Richardson defending that.
Great hustle, able to run it down. Richardson taken away, though, by Schmitz. Now for the Blue Dukes with health. Keep on her feet. Gonzalez and a foul here against Oregon.
Oregon's done a nice job of not allowing those Blue Duke offensive players to turn. They have their back to the goal. Make that contact from behind. Not let them turn and face and attack.
Fouls relatively even at 6-5 Oregon. Lineweber. Bull kick here. Oregon. Well, again, playing with the lead, and they've been able to play with the lead more often than not. That was one of the concerns coming in for Coach Nichols was we don't want to play from behind, and they won't at least to start this Division II championship matchup. A team that he calls very strong, smart, determined, fun, goofy for sure. Well, all business right now, and they have the 1-goal lead in the 53rd minute.
Well, they got to be all business because the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes are giving them a run for their money. 0-0 at halftime. It was a little closer than the Panthers wanted it to be.
Coach Nichols saying that Addison Worth, he's one of those players that hard-working but loves to compete. You can see it out there with her speed when she's been out there on the wings. Pays off in a big way here in this second half.
Yeah, you can tell they haven't been able to get much going offensively. I mean, they've had shots, but a lot of long shots, not a lot of good combination play, and she just took that into her own hands, ran across the Blue Duke defense, and put it into that far netting.
Kylie Steele. Studebaker. Maloney. Right back out, but the Blue Dukes get it upfield. Coming across Gonzalez. Piece. Headed out of the air and off the hands of Coach Dubinsky. Now for the Blue Dukes, how do you respond? Overcome now a 1-goal deficit. A year in which they've allowed only 18 goals. Been able to generate 4 shots so far in this championship. As Oregon will take another corner.
But of those shots, Matt, only one was actually on frame. It needed to be saved, so they're going to have to step that up. They're going to get themselves back into this game.
See the corner kick differential. All Panthers in that area is Kylie Steele. Back up top. Richardson trying to get behind the ball. Instead, it will give way there with Schenecker. Swung back in. And, oh my goodness. Kruger appears to be all right, but you had Studebaker.
They were both going for the ball. The ball was live. There was nothing intentional there.
That's what Studebaker was saying, too.
Yep. So,
the problem is, and obviously Studebaker can't help him when he got that cast on.
Yep.
That's not going to feel good if you're Kruger getting.
And that's an automatic foul when you run into the goal like that, but she wasn't doing it intentionally or anything.
No. Stoppage of the clock.
It's like all-star wrestling there. She had the big club on the hand, mixing it up in the air there.
Robbie Dubinsky giving a yellow. It's going to be a team yellow. There's the club. Really more power to her, able to battle through with that on it. Has to feel like extra weight.
Yeah, I've never had that. I've had players who've had that, and they've talked about it. It affects you. It's just makes it different. You don't have the balance and the speed and the shiftiness that you usually have. It just wouldn't seem like it would slow you down, but it just does. It's awkward. But she's fought through it and had a really nice game. As a coach, you're always upset when your goalie gets run over.
Sure.
Obviously, you always think it's intentional. He's just fighting for his kids there, and I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship too. He's down a goal, and he needs some things to go his way desperately.
Lineweber out of play. Another Oregon throw it. Addison Worth have the lone goal in this Division II championship matchup. Panthers right back. They're attacking and will give it back to the Blue Dukes. Up that far side with Itzy Smith out of bounds. We're seeing right now some of that experience coming into play, some of that cohesiveness. Team that can score, a team that can defend. Other players have been here before, and some of that experience perhaps paying off as the lights start to flicker around here at Eli Soccer Park. In a mostly cloudy early evening.
If you're the Oregon Panthers, you want to be careful. You don't want to lose your energy or your aggressiveness, but you also have to be smart.
Health. Lineweber on the push off of Buttsick. And a shot off Gonzalez in front.
Ooh, that was dangerous. There were two defenders right there. He's waiting for the one who cleared it, waiting for it to bounce off the other defender and come back at the goal.
And then Studebaker sent it behind Richardson. Yarbrough back in for the Blue Dukes. Also back in is Dunster. Out goes Gonzalez. Out goes Megan Gruber. Maya Schmidt will throw it in. Off the turn with Health against Delaney Holker. Right there, Ava Buttsick.
Perfect example, Holker right there. Oregon's done it all game, not giving the attackers from Whitefish Bay any room to breathe. Just whenever they receive the ball, they've got a Panther defender right on them. Just never let him get comfortable.
Upfield here for the Blue Dukes.
If you're Whitefish Bay, no need to panic. Got to keep their cool.
Lots of time left. You see Health. Stevens has Dunster near side.
We'd like to see Stevens give that ball back to Dunster.
Right back, Stevens up top, intended for Lineweber. Swung in by Health and brought in here by Reese McCabe.
That was some good combination play right there. That's what the Blue Dukes are going to have to do.
Studebaker back to live action, sending it downfield after Richardson. Studebaker here at state for the fourth time. Same thing for Delaney Holker on this Panthers roster. Throwing coming up here for the Panthers as they make one change to their lineup. And we'll see the goal scorer, Addison Worth, sub back in.
This is where Whitefish Bay has to be careful. As they start pushing for the equalizer, they got to be aware, make sure they know where Studebaker is, where Addison Worth is, because they have that type of ability to take on defenders, and if there's not enough around, make them pay.
60th minute. Coach Nichols and his team trying to hang on. If they do, he's got family bragging rights. He will have one more gold ball than his son Zach, who has 2 silvers and a gold, and Ethan, who got 2 silvers with the McFarland boys soccer team. Go back to Kansas City with bragging rights.
This is all this is about. It's not about the kids. It's about bragging rights in the family. That's what it comes down to.
Foul goes against the Blue Dukes, Jacqueline Stevens. I'm talking with teams, and I know a story you're going to tell me in a second, but every team is superstitious, and they have their theories of how they go about doing things. With Oregon, very superstitious team. They set their cones a certain way, have to run a certain way if they take care of business. Shoes that have holes in them have to still be played in until they completely disintegrate. A certain colored pre-wrap in their hair. Those are just a few of the superstitions for the Oregon Panthers. We were talking about this the other night, and I know with you it's been the bleached hair, the hair that doesn't necessarily look right. You have the jacket that 80s jacket for a while, that maroon Fox Valley Lutheran jacket.
Whatever works. Same hat for years. If it wins, it wins.
We're talking about a coach here that used to not wear shoes back before they had the turf, and he would coach without the shoes on as long as they kept winning.
Yep, exactly. It's so funny. You think these things actually matter, and they don't. But it's just, I don't know if it's an anti-stress thing or it just makes you feel better. Gives you a level of comfort.
On the send, Dunserd picked up here by McCabe. A reminder that this portion of the 2024 WIAA Girls Division II Championship is brought to you by WIAA, the Wisconsin Education Association. A turn by Richardson. Instead of shooting, play it back. Steele will fire. Stop made by Kruger.
To Whitefish Bay's credit, that's what they have forced Oregon to do, to settle for those shots from around the 18. Unfortunately for them, Addison Worth's shot from about 16 yards out was just too good for Krieger to stop. But Whitefish Bay's done a really nice job of neutralizing Oregon's attack. As much possession and control this game Oregon has had, they have not been very dangerous, and a lot of that has to do with the way Whitefish Bay is defended today.
Been real impressed with the play of Kylie Steele now in the 2 games that we've seen her here at State. Only a freshman, handling a lot of the free kicks, the corner kicks. Has a cannon of a left foot, according to Coach Nichols, who's seen some of that on display. Can strike from anywhere. Look at that last shot for the Panthers. It seems like, too, she, again, not shy about shooting if need be, but puts her teammates into great spots to finish.
And if you think about that, she's only a freshman. We've talked about that in the other 2 championship games we've had, just the impact that some of these freshmen have made and the ability that they've shown. It's just amazing.
Both of these teams with 6 freshmen on the roster. Left off. Have to be there for the Blue Dukes with Yarborough. Over the leg there, Stevens. Upfield by Addison Worth.
This is where, if you're Coach Nichols, you're really looking for a second goal here to just really demoralize the Blue Dukes. Because right now they're still within striking distance, and they have been dangerous enough. Even though McCabe hasn't had to work too hard, Blue Dukes have been dangerous enough. All they need is one to get back into this. So if you're the Oregon Panthers, you are really pushing to get that second goal.
Studebaker is back in. Out goes the aforementioned freshman Kylie Steele. Studebaker got bumped off the ball, picked up here by Kruger.
That was dangerous. She could have gone down there. She got hit pretty hard from behind.
Cervini there for Whitefish Bay. Bounces out, Blue Dukes for their attacking third. Health. Run it back. Itzy Smith.
But that's how dangerous it is with just that 1 goal lead, because all it takes is something like that in the box for Whitefish Bay. They get a push or a trip or something like we've seen on the other end. Then all of a sudden Whitefish Bay is back in this game. If you're the Panthers, you really want to extend that margin for error there. Give yourself a little breathing room.
Summers Steele. Pass here from Reese McCabe. To midfield. off of Lulu Yarborough. As we approach 15 minutes left here in half number 2. Already today, Sheboygan County is represented. We've had a Division 4 champion and City Grove, Belgium in Division 3. A state championship for Plymouth, their second consecutive. As the Plymouth Panthers, 15th time a school repeated as a state champion. Later on, Muskego will try to become the 6th team to come through with at least a three-peat. Whitefish Bay's done it twice. They won the first 3 WIAA-sponsored girls soccer state championships from 1983 through 85, and again, 3 straight from 1998 through 2000.
Matt, I'm always impressed by your knowledge of the facts and the history of the game. But I think today I'm most impressed by your knowledge of Wisconsin counties. Way to know that Plymouth and Cedar Grove, Belgium are all in Sheboygan County. What county is Oregon in?
It would be Dane.
Dane County? Okay. Whitefish Bay, Milwaukee County?
It would be Milwaukee County. I don't like this test.
2 for 4. We're going to keep going, and there's no looking up.
I don't need messages.
I know Kimberly. There's no looking. I know her there. Now, see, I think I know Muskego too. Those are easy.
On a turn here with Worth. A foul here is going to go against Oregon. So Whitefish Bay in the 67th minute about to take over. Down a goal. Here's the foul.
I think if you're Oregon, you're perfectly okay with that. Pressuring the ball, you got to foul way far away from your goal, so no danger. And time running off the clock. Not that you're doing it on purpose, but
Health. It's Buttsick.
Nice job by Ava Buttsick, just staying with it. Health made a really nice move, attacking that 18. She stayed with it, got her foot in there, knocked the ball loose. That's the way Oregon's been playing all day. They just have not given the attackers, especially of the Blue Dukes, a whole lot of room to operate.
Still a 16-5 shot differential. It's coming after shots were 12-1 Panthers at the break. Maloney.
And I think this is what Coach Dubinsky was worried about. He knew, they had been hot lately, but against an opponent like Oregon, you got to have some opportunities at goal.
Up the wing with Health.
So far, they just have not been able to manufacture many.
Off Buttsick. Whitefish Bay now with Lineweber. Kicked away from Gonzalez. Yarborough.
But again, all it takes is one. That's why Oregon's really hoping they can get that second goal.
Lineweber going back outside. Gonzalez fires. Gonzalez. And a goal kick once again for Oregon. We saw Izzy Gonzalez again with a couple of opportunities in yesterday's semifinal. 2 shots, both off the mark, one of those off the post.
If you're Coach Nichols, I think you're happy if those are the shots that Whitefish Bay is going to take and get in the last 10 minutes of this game. I think you're feeling pretty comfortable about that.
Right back toward midfield. Coming across for the Blue Dukes, Yarborough. On the run with Studebaker. Against Miller. And Studebaker taken away by Emma Miller. 70th minute.
Nice job by Emma Miller going shoulder to shoulder with Caitlin Studebaker. Studebaker, we've mentioned her name a lot in the second half. She's been very active had the ball at her feet a lot, done a lot of good things, and right there she had an opportunity to get in on goal by herself. Emma Miller made sure that didn't happen.
Lineweber. That's going to roll out of play. Stays with the Blue Dukes. And Stevens going to make that turn, but kicked away from Madonna Health. Off the head of Studebaker on that far side for the Blue Dukes. Shervany going outside. Inside of 10 minutes remaining.
On for Oregon, Nadia Gilbert for Maya Maloney.
Change there for the Panthers.
We've seen in this game, Matt, just a little more physicality from Oregon, and that's probably just that age and experience. They're a little older across their roster. Some of that physicality just comes with that, with age.
It has been there throughout this run, and Oregon team is looking for its 9th shutout in the last 10 games. Looking for it would be also their 6th in the postseason, 6 for 6. Keep the opposition off the board. They've not allowed a goal since May the 23rd in a 2-2 draw against Waunakee.
That'll let you win a lot of games there, keeping the other team from scoring. That's why we asked right up top, where the goal's going to come from, especially from Whitefish Bay. And so far, they don't have an answer for the Oregon defense.
Whitefish Bay with Anzia subbing in. And we'll see Lane back in for the Panthers.
On for Oregon, Cameron Lang for Addison
10-shot advantage right now for Oregon, but a 1-goal lead beyond a finish by Addison Worth here in this second half.
And here's that time of the game where if you're Oregon, you are taking your time with everything. Not that you lose your energy and aggressiveness, but you're taking your time on throw-ins, corners, which they've had a ton of in this game. Free kicks, any of that. Taking your time. Wasting crucial seconds. And if you're in danger, under 10 minutes, if they're in any danger, you clear that ball up to the corner. Make the Blue Dukes go chase after it. Bring it back. Time is on their side.
High school sport.
Back toward the ball for the Blue Dukes.
Exactly what I'm talking about. Excellent ball, nowhere to go with it. Just play it forward. Make Whitefish Bay go get it. Your defense gets a chance to regroup.
Taken away from Yarborough. A cover up here for Kruger.
Nice ball by Yarborough. A nice pass through to Studebaker. Studebaker looked like she wasn't quite ready. I think she thought she was offside, so she didn't take off right away. If she would have taken off right away, she could have gotten on the end of that.
Wilsing came up on her, batted down. Oh, in the handball, 74th minute. There's Holker. We talked about that earlier. She's one that tends to be yelling, getting everybody where they need to be. Almost a coach on the field, if you will.
We talk about that, Matt, from year to year. You get different teams. How impressive it is that, these teams are back. You've got leadership is one of those things that changes. You have leaders leave. Who's going to step up and be that next leader? Who's going to be that next coach on the field? And how's that going to happen? And the fact that they keep finding these leaders and developing these coaches out on the field is just an impressive feat. It's all a part of that coaching we talked about. It's not just X's and O's.
I'm going to cross Lane. Turn around to find it, Seneker. And the Panthers back toward midfield with Lane. Stepping up again in Maya Schmitz. Yarborough.
Maya Schmidt's done a really nice job in this game. It's another freshman.
Now Emma Miller. Closing in on 5 minutes left in this second half. Schmidt. Right back. Health. Richardson. Whitefish Bay fouls, they get back. Again, more valuable time taken away. Oregon looking to hang on and pick up what will be their 4th state championship and their 2nd over the last 3 years and their 3rd against Whitefish Bay.
That's the hard part when you keep playing the same team over and over again at different levels here, whether it's the semis or the championship. You know, you start to develop that rivalry, and you never want one team to sort of get the upper hand in that rivalry. So Whitefish Bay, if they're not able to come back in this game, they're going to have a lot to play for next year.
There's Maloney. She had the game winner yesterday. Also in Worth. Will her goal be the game winner today? Well, right now it's the only goal, and she had one game winner during the course of the regular season on into postseason competition. Worth will throw it in.
Isn't that funny the way that goes? You know, Worth had one game winner all season. She's their 2nd leading scorer, but that's just how dominant they have been, and so many teammates have you know, chipped in that they're not just relying on one person.
18 different goal scored for the Panthers. Worth here against Lineweber. We'll stay with it. Lineweber rolls out, and a goal kick here for the Blue Dukes. That sense of urgency now, down to 4 minutes. Kruger.
The Whitefish Bay got to start throwing numbers forward.
After the match for our award ceremony.
Well, that ball slowly could have found its way into the corner. Doesn't even.
That's the perfect ball.
I was going to say, it doesn't pick up any speed.
If you can send it to the corner and get it to die right before the corner flag.
Oh, it did.
That was excellent.
Here's Stevens.
I think that was Reese Richardson. Put a little reverse English. That was like a golf shot.
Out of bounds. 77th minute. A game that was scoreless at the break.
On for Oregon.
And see Oregon
for Addison Worth.
Control the shot department. Kylie Steele. Clock will stop inside of 5 minutes with the winning team making a substitution. In this case, Oregon with Kylie Steele subbing in, taking the spot of Addison Worth, who again will head off, but and it sits right now. She's the reason the Panthers have the 1-0 lead.
Coach Nichols wants to keep his forwards fresh so he can continue to pressure. Make sure Whitefish Bay doesn't get that. Just those free balls straight ahead into the box.
Stevens, that's going out.
Unfortunate, Stevens had room to operate. She only had one defender to beat. She brings that down. She's able to try and take that defender on.
Maloney getting by Schmidt. Lineweber against Maloney. Gonna make her way toward the corner. Miller coming across. And Maloney and Miller battle out to Oregon.
Nice job by Maloney, single-handedly. Wasting time carrying the ball across the field, eventually winning the ball back for the throw. But again, she just came on, so Coach Nichols is keeping them fresh, so they're able to keep getting after it. So that's one of those, instead of kicking it, playing it forward, let's just carry it to the corner. If you lose it there, no problem.
Stevens will stay on her feet. Sends it. Another Panther takeaway, but sent out of play, allowing this Whitefish Bay throw-in.
No, ball boy not moving fast enough.
That's a thankless job right now.
Exactly. End of any close game.
I don't care if you get paid in free hot dogs. What? No, thank you.
What, free mozzarella sticks?
No.
What I heard.
Here's Lineweber.
The good stuff, not just hot dogs.
Right back with Stevens. Into the 18. Buttsick Again, Oregon will look to dribble back toward the corner. Maloney. You're in a minute left here in the second half.
And even that one, if you find yourself in danger, there we go.
1 minute.
Just send it down out the sideline on the corner. Make them throw it in deep in their own territory.
The Whitefish Bay team that lost 9 seniors last year will lose another 9 seniors following this completion. Stevens.
The ball going the referee in a close game at the end.
No.
Thank those jobs.
Buttsick. Studebaker. As we near 30 seconds left, and the Oregon faithful sensing their 4th state championship. Lineweber. Final 20 seconds. Again, just sent downfield by Yarbrough to midfield. Here's Yarbrough after the sent in by Schmidt.
10,
Final
9,
seconds and a cover up here for Reese McCabe. And the final seconds are going to tick away.
4, 3,
For the 4th time in program history, for the 2nd time in the last 3 seasons, the Oregon Panthers, your Division II girls soccer state champions.
Nice job by the Oregon Panthers. They just controlled the whole game and took care of business, took advantage of the opportunities they had. And Addison Worth made the Blue Dukes pay.
The Oregon Panthers victorious by a 1-0 score. Will come back with more post-game reaction. And now a message from your local station. That's your WIAA network station. Obviously great success here at State. Just knowing what to expect here at State.
Yeah, no, I mean, last year the loss to Whitefish, it was hard, but you know what? It gave us so much more energy to come back this year, and it just gave us the motivation to come in and win it. We wanted it more, I think.
So to wrap it up, when you look at your team, a team that went 18-1-1, what was the key factor? What allowed this team to be so successful yet again here this spring?
You know, we have such great athletes coming from all different clubs all around the area, and I think the way we can come and work together as a team and not just individuals really is important to how we play. It's not just about me, it's about the team, and that's just like crucial to the way Oregon plays.
Addison Worth, congrats.
Thank you.
Good success.
Thank you.
Addison Worth coming through with the game where the Oregon Panthers bring home a Division II state championship. And now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Back in Milwaukee, your 2024 Division II state champion Oregon Panthers for the 4th time in program history. All of those 4 titles, 3 have come at the hands of the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes. A goal by Addison Worth in the 50th minute. The difference. We now turn the mic over to PA announcer Dan Pfeiffer introducing the state champion Oregon Panthers.
From the 2024 WIAA Division II State Champion, Oregon Panthers, Reese McCabe. Peyton Schroeder. Addison Worth. Olivia Mueller. Maya Maloney. Mackenzie Bizchak. Ava Butzik. Britton Scalisi. McKenna Ingalls. Maddie Marha. Nadia Topaz. Majeski. Delaney Holker. Catherine Pankratz. Bryn Niemeyer. Kylie Steele. Tegan Schenecker. Caitlin Studebaker. Reese Richardson. Summer Steele. Celia Mitchell. Sophia Fulmer. Adeline Sykes. And Cameron Lang. Will Coach Bobby Nichols please come forward to receive the trophy for the champion, Oregon Panthers.
The Oregon Panthers, your 2024 Division II state champions, capping off an 18-1-1 season. And now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Addison Worth coming through with the game-winning goals. The Oregon Panthers bring home a 2024 Division II Girls Soccer State Championship as we check out the Wisconsin DOT play of the game. You see it's Addison Worth. Lone goal in the 50th minute.
Matt, for the game, we wondered where the goals were going to come from. Two strong defenses, and Addison Worth took matters into her own hands. Like she said in her interview, she just decided, I'm going to do this, and she did. The Oregon Panthers come out on top.
That was your Wisconsin DOT player of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Shots were at 16-7. Oregon plus 9. In the matchup, they would see Reese McCabe with 3 saves and yet another shutout. Number 16 for the Panthers, their 9th and last 10 matchups. And then there was one more championship matchup that comes up at 7 o'clock. Kimberly taking on Muskego. For Eric Sager, our entire crew, Matt Middle so long from Milwaukee, and the 41st WIAA Girls Soccer State Tournament.